The last part of Chapter 8, Section 1 is going through and finding the faces, edges, and vertices of the given solids here. So if we look over here, we're going to be looking at the different faces that are involved in this three-dimensional shape. So those are all the shapes that make up this three-dimensional shape, all the flat surfaces. So we have, I usually like to focus on the side parts first and then the different bases if there are any, or start with the bases and work around the faces around it, whatever works best for you. I just wouldn't jump around to do like a side, a base, another side, another base. Try to stick with some kind of routine that you have when you go through to do this. So I'm noticing it has 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five-sided shape down here as the base. Okay, so the shapes around it, the faces shooting off of it, there's going to need to be 5 as well too. So we have a front, a side here, the side behind it that it's kind of hard to see off of this edge there. There's 3. There's the face back here in the back corner, that's 4, and then this side over here would be the 5th side coming off here. Okay, so there's 5 all the way around because it's coming from a 5-sided shape, and then you have the base on top here that makes it 6 faces, and the bottom there which makes it 7 faces. The edges as you go around, those are the areas where the faces intersect. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 around the sides there. You have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so you see what I did with my pen here, what you do with your pencil if you actually lightly go over it, and it helps so you don't forget and count one twice if you gently use your pencil to kind of shade in the edges there too. That will help you a lot. Just like when you go through to do your vertices, which come next, to actually put a dot on those corners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's going to be 10 vertices. So if you kind of stick to that routine, that will help you a lot. So the faces here. Okay, I'm going to go around. Well, actually, let me look at the base first so we can see how many edges we're dealing with here. What sided, what number we're dealing with for the base in terms of the edges of the sides. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so we've got an octagon here, octagonal prism, because there's 2 of them. So if there's 8 down here, there's going to be 8 sides shooting out of it, right? Because each edge here has a face attached. So there's going to be 8 all the way around, 9 for my base on top, and 10 for my base on bottom, which counts for a total of 10 faces. Now the edges, we already counted 8 down here, which means that there's also going to be 8 edges up there as well too. And then we do the rest around the side here. So there's 16, there's 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So there's 24 total edges. And then the vertices, I'm going to change color here so I don't confuse myself. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's hard sometimes because you can't always see them so easy, but there's 8 down there, which means that there's also going to be identical 8 up here. So when we add those together, we'll get a total of 16. All right, the faces down here. Okay, again, it really does help if you do start with your base. I know we started with the sides here, but it does help if you look at the shape, because if you can see how many sides are in your base, you know how many faces are going to be shooting off of it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have a 6-sided shape here, which means there are 6 triangles shooting off of it, and then one base on its own. There's nothing parallel identical, so it's a pyramid. Okay, so that's going to be a total of 7. So our edges here, we already know there are 7 here. Okay, So I'm sorry, we already know there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 6 over here. Let me see. So off of those 6 edges there, we're going to be continuing to look at the additional edges, okay? So if there's 6 here, there's going to be 6 more coming off of them. 1, there's 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 from that point there. So 6 around here and 6 coming off is going to make 12. And then the vertices, so we're looking for the corners. We've got the 6 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then one more where they all meet there for 7 at the top. Okay, so when you have the bases that are identical and parallel and you have a prism, one base is going to have an identical amount of edges and vertices to the other. When you have a pyramid, you only have one base, so you're going to have all that information for one, but there's not a twin to it somewhere. It's just the single point because the pyramid has all the triangles that join at the point at the top. Okay, if you have any questions, just come and let me know.